I have a very clear understanding and first-hand understanding of police brutality from my own experience with it, where police used to just come into our house, 10 police cars outside, and drag my father down 6 flights of stairs by his hair and beating him all the way down.
When you got arrested, getting beat up was like standard operational procedure. You expected that as part of the process.
Picked him up with one hand and threw him against the gate. Oh, I know that guy back was hurt. He slapped him on the head, took his blackjack, hit him in the chest with it. Oh, guy was pitiful.
Cops would tell me about this slapjack that certain cops had, where you could, turn a man's brains to jelly and it wouldn't leave a mark.
The police taught me what America was basically all about on a very gut level. I learned about this by having my butt whipped in the basement of the 41st Precinct, or beat up in the back of a squad car, or slapped around in the hallway whenever the police decided to stop us because they just didn't like the way we walked, or they didn't like the way we looked. This environment enabled us to resist all types of physical and psychological and emotional abuse and come out strong. And some of us came out strong in very negative ways. And some of us came out strong just as working people. And some of us came out strong as revolutionaries.
Paranoia within the organization itself, many sleepless nights, many nights waiting for the police to come, waiting for the office to be raided, waiting to be taken back to jail or to be killed. But there was a clear sense that we could no longer go on like this. And so that in order to continue our work, we would have to go into hiding, we would have to go underground. When they went underground, they continued to do political work. They started to engage in a program to demonstrate to people in the community what needed to be done to take the struggle to a higher level. And specifically, there were people who formed collectives to get drugs out of the community and to actively begin to raid dope houses and to take dope off the streets.
Human beings need each other in order to grow, in order to develop, in order to be whole. And to put iron and steel between you and other human beings is the ultimate form of torture.
When people who are political go to prison, they do harder time because the prison authorities has it out for them. The same fear that the government has of you on the street is increased in prison. On the street, you're not wanted because you can organize your community. And in prison, you're hated and feared because you can organize your fellow prisoners. So you're beaten, you're harassed, your mail is lost, your mail is torn up. When your family comes to see you, they're turned away, they're harassed. There's a combination of physical and psychological harassment in an effort to break you.
I came to you from the ghettos of the South Bronx and Harlem via the prison system of the United States. I came to you to tell you this, that if you do not purge yourself of white skin privilege and fight the state that tries to enshrine it, it will destroy you as a human being. The human spirit is the essence of all just laws. And when the spirit and the heart is corrupt, then the laws and the implementation become corrupt. And the only way we can change the society and the laws that constrain us today and that oppress other people because of their sexual orientation or the color of their skin or the fact that they're male or the fact that they're female or the fact that they're Latino or the fact that they're homeless or the fact that they have no money, the only way we can change that is we have to take a position.
I came to give you an address from the political prisoners held captive in the dungeons of the United States. They do not want me to give you this address because they do not want our South African brothers to know that there are black political prisoners here in the United States. On behalf of my brothers in prison, on behalf of the Puerto Rican nationalistas, on behalf of the Native American political prisoners, and on behalf of the white American political prisoners, I say to you, brother, we love you and we will not give up the fight. We will not give up the fight. We will not give up the fight. We will not give
Why must we pay for their ignorance and negligence? They have made money at the expense of generations to come, and now our children must pay the price for all the damage we have done.
As the wind blew destruction through the city, trees collapsed and people picked up their eyes to find specks of dust, scratching their vision of the true meaning. Mother and children will be angry till the end. Sincerity or no sincerity, rage will continue until liberation.
Corporation, study my race. 차뼈 폭격을 즉각 중지하라. 황종과 실종. country of your own people. Our children's are dusted. Our culture is slowly being erased. I need entry, locked away. I need entry, locked away. I need entry, locked away. Locked away, locked away.
Animal liberation is our liberation.
Every last life brings out the voices of animals. Genetics torture, maintain the animals, yet animals suspected living hell. Genetic instinct, destroy animals, demanding destroy humanity. It's genetically, nothing good, this thing brings to me the animals, just in an instinct. Game destroyed, there's nothing left to midnight for me. Destroy our earth, nothing that is evil, which is your beat of fraternity.
There's nothing you can do about it!
Since I'm succeeding, can't feel life, to my senses and more, it makes us all. What would they choose? Death, pain, and suffering, when life is filled with more, but I never saw. Game destroyed, there's nothing left to midnight for me. We'll see time, fight, never not fight, striking by the time.
Stop the torture, stop the death, free the animals, support the ALF. Maybe I'm wanting to go back to a simpler time in life, crawl back into the womb. Maybe I'm envious of children. All I know is that there's a point in every person's life, I think it hit me at 13 maybe, where you really lose your innocence. One day you're a child. You're living in this colorful world where everything is a wonderful mystery and the whole world revolves around you. One day you try to go just a little further than usual. You're testing your limits, and you realize that there is a leash on your collar, and you keep pulling and pulling, but all you do is choke yourself. Then you take a look around you. You finally see the big picture, or at least a part of it. You think about where you are in the scheme of things. You have this amazing revelation, but you hate it because it's not pretty and it's not fun. You begin to ask questions that really can't be answered, except this time they are questions that matter. Your every movement is fixed and monitored carefully. Your future is planned and any deviation is punishable. There is no time for fun and games, for you are preparing to join the rat race. Where's your place? And then there is this matter with the leash that you are now aware of. You see who is at the end of it. They are your parents and teachers. Totalitarianism disguised as guidance. So you keep pulling, trying to escape, trying to find a weak link, and you keep choking. Well, you either give up or you break your neck. A lucky few get away. Now there you are, trapped and dehumanized. But it gives you lots of time to think. Perhaps because the only thing you have are your thoughts. So you think and you plan and you dream about what you'll do when and if you're ever free. Finally, one day it is declared that you are free. However, by the time they're through with you, you are a helpless, shivering mess, completely drained, and your spirit is broken. You're afraid because you know nothing else. Freedom has always been this distant dream. Now you can go. But where? So there you remain. Or maybe you carefully step away. Slowly now, steady, like a baby fawn taking her first steps. And you look back to see that your parents and teachers weren't holding the leash after all. They were merely on the other end of it with their own collars. You feel sorry for them. But what a revelation. You're free, wild as a deer. But wait, you can only go so far. There's a big fence blocking your way. It's 20 miles high and it's guarded by police, the government, your boss, and the army. And you're still chained, it's just a little longer than before. You thought you were free? Ha! You look around, you see millions of others just like you, all connected with chains, and they're so tangled and intertwined that no one can tell who's holding the leash anymore. And the chains are too strong and the fence is too high for you alone. But the only way you can ever hope to break free is for everyone to pull together at the same time and tear down the fence. But everyone is pulling in different directions, trying to achieve their own ends. And half of them don't even realize that they're chained because they never even tried to leave. Maybe they're the lucky ones. At least they find bliss. But you know that there are greener pastures elsewhere, a place where there are no chains and no collars, and you roam freely. And it's just on the other side of that fence.
trafficking, dwindle, and passive that desires an extreme change and alternative in our fucked up situation will understand that this fight by far is not easy. To experience and expand within activism and struggle, it points to how far one is willing to take themselves, sacrifice themselves for the basis of change and revolution. It is debate, emotional, non-violent methods as opposed to illegal, direct actions, armed struggles, eco-cause, etc. Though, ultimately, it is pretty naive to expect that things are going to rapidly alter with a vote or a peaceful demonstration, whereas the final nail comes down to a serious, uncompromising resistance, one of armed revolution and the struggling of power that races and defies freedom.